now please let me give the floor to Sri Lankan Ambassador Mohan Pieris.
Thank you, Sama, for guiding this discussion along so effectively. Sri Lanka welcomes the launch of the Education Under Attack 2022 report. Now, one of the most basic obligations of IHL is the protection of children, civilians, the protection of their rights, one of them being to their right to education and access to facilities. Now, the deprivation of access to education in conflict zones is akin to taking away a child's future. As we all are aware, without education, the cyclical trap of children in conflict will continue, enhancing the risk of children being inducted into conflict-related activity as no viable alternative would be available for their own survival. Sri Lanka overcame a decade of a civil conflict. Allow me, Chair, to part with some key takeaways that are relevant in this regard. Education, as I think, cannot be protected if places of education are not safe from conflict. Education cannot be protected if those imparting knowledge suffer physical harm. Now, this requires parties to a conflict exercising military restraint around school zones. It requires parties to a conflict in clear terms marking schools as safe zones and adhering to terms of not using educational facilities as bases, barracks, detention centers, weapon storage units. Now, this problem can be circumvented in a large measure with the availability of digital technology, which allows our students to connect with their teachers and the learning material from the safety of their homes. Educational technology could be a new focus on investment for governments or multilateral organizations working in areas of conflict to pursue. I can say it with a sense of satisfaction that throughout the conflict in Sri Lanka, we took great care to ensure the safety of educational institutions throughout its entire period, as we as a nation give education priority, the highest priority of place when it comes to human activity. Madam Chair, may I also say this? It's easy to identify governments who occupy schools or institutions which we know. But the problem really is when it comes to non-state actors, how do we deal with them? Now, perhaps it may be worth a study to find out who arms them, who finances them, who gets them going to destroy our schools. Why are they destroying our schools, which is perhaps the cradle of civilization for many countries? So I think it's time that we actually undertake a very close study of those aspects. I thank you again for convening this meeting, and I look forward to the 222 report and the rich exchange of ideas on this very topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And let me now